The Italian Renaissance was a period of social and moral awakening where people began to think freely and pour their ideas into the arts. The Renaissance gave way for many pieces of literature that are still studied nowadays. One of these works is the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio, which was completed in 1353. Written during the Black Plague, the collection of novellas convey moral lessons combined with humor and wit to pave the way for a new era of humanism. The novellas contained in the Decameron explore the themes of unrequited love, friendship, marriage, religion, and promiscuity. We decided to delve into the role that women played in the many novellas that make up the Decameron. Women were expected to suppress their sexuality and take a subordinate role in their relationship with men. We will first begin with analyzing the fourth day, fifth story of the Decameron.
Hello class! So today we're going to be talking about the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. The story we're going to be talking about is the fourth day, fifth story, and it's when Lisabetta's brothers murder her lover, and he appears to her in a dream and shows her where he's buried. She secretly disinters the head and places it in a pot of basil, over which she weeps for a long time every day. In the end, her brothers take it away from her, and shortly thereafter she dies of grief.
In Messina, there lived three wealthy brothers who were merchants and inherited the wealth of their father. They had a beautiful sister named Lisabetta, who fell in love with a poor man named Lorenzo, who worked for her brother's business. Lorenzo is seen leaving Lisabetta's room by Lisabetta's three brothers. The brothers do not approve of their sister's affairs with a poor peasant and plan to kill Lorenzo.
I could kill him.
Let's do it.
Lorenzo, want to go on a walk?
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay. So, what are you doing with our little sister?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
We saw you leave the room with her.
What? Why were you following? Why were you following me?
We weren't killing, right?
Grief-stricken by the disappearance of Lorenzo, Lisabetta calls to him at night. She hears him in her dreams, and he tells her what happened.
Ah, Lisabetta, you do nothing but call to me and bemoan my long absence, and you cruelly reprove me with your tears. Hence, I must tell you that I can never return, because on the day that you saw me for the last time, I was murdered by your brothers. They went out into the woods and went on a walk with me, and that's where they killed me and buried my body. You should not call to me any more or wait for me any longer.
Wait a second. Who did this to you? My love, I'll always need a piece of you with me. I love you too much.
Lisabetta proceeded to cut the head off her lover in a last attempt to hold on to what they once had.
Oh, my love, I can't bear this pain any longer.
After weeping with the severed head, Lisabetta wraps it in cloth and buries it in a pot where she plants the finest basil of Salerno. Her brothers get suspicious as to why she is attached to a basil plant, and they investigate. They find the head of Lorenzo and bury it elsewhere. Lisabetta cannot live without her last piece of Lorenzo and dies because she is now without her basil plant.
Oh, my love, I hope to see you in my dreams again. That's the only place I'll ever see you.
Okay, so that concludes the end of the story, and now we're going to talk about what we think about women in this story. So obviously women were not accurately portrayed during this time, but how does that relate to how they are portrayed nowadays? Yes?
I think they're not portrayed necessarily exactly the same, but with the whole victim blaming stuff and how women should dress with their shoulders covered and stuff because it gets in the way of kids' education, boys' educations. It all kind of like circles back.
That's not true. I mean, they're basically asking for it.
Oh.
You know, they
there's no
go
such
around with their Instagram accounts and just dressing all provocatively, and then they cry when something doesn't go their way.
It's not our fault you guys can't handle seeing a little bit of skin.
I'm sorry, my
It's not that
shoulders.
they can't handle it. It's
too
that,
much for you.
You're sending the wrong message.
He's proving our point, teacher.
Okay, good
No, I'm
good
not.
conversation here, guys. That's
I am not
fine.
proving their point.
How do you feel that women are on social media, and how does that affect the way that they're portrayed? Yes?
Women should be able to do whatever they want with their body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
in the privacy of their own home. They don't got to broadcast it out to everybody.
I think
Well,
women...
you should be able to control yourself.
Exactly.
I can control myself, except if it's with, in case
A
somebody
couple
comes.
shoulders out.
Well, if somebody comes near my sister, you know how I feel about that and what I might have to do in that
I
case.
think women should be able to do whatever they please, whether it's dressing the way they want or showing their emotions towards whoever they want, without being afraid of having their older brothers or another strong male
Thank you.
force in his life, her life, not his.
So how do you guys think that this would happen in today's day? Go ahead.
Well, I don't really see it going over any differently than that. I mean, I have a few sisters, and if it was me, I'd probably round up some of my buddies, probably do something similar, bring them out to the woods and just kill them. Some might argue that they'd have problems with the police today's day and age, but I really don't see that being an issue. Seems like he deserved it, so I think we'd be okay. I think people would just look the other way.
All right. Anybody else?
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Why is
Me
that?
too.
Because nobody deserves to die for being in love.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole boys will be boys shouldn't be a thing anymore, and it definitely was at that time.
We are boys, though.
But
Yes.
it doesn't excuse bad behavior.
So, does anybody have any questions? Okay. So, what do you guys think that this means for women and how they were portrayed during this time? Mm-hmm.
I think that she's just being really overdramatic, and she needs to get over it a little quicker next time.
I think she was really heartbroken, and she deserved to react the way she did.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think it shows that women were forced to suppress their sexualities because she wasn't allowed to fall in love with anyone else without her
Good.
brothers killing them.
Good.
So I was wrong.
You were wrong.
Okay.
Very.
In the fourth day, fifth story, Lisabetta was fully capable of loving whoever she wanted, but was shunned by her older brothers. We can see that men were considered to be the dominant gender during this time period because they inherited the father's successful business, while Lisabetta did not. The brothers had to approve of who Lisabetta was able to be with, and did not approve of Lorenzo because he was not of a wealthy social status. This shows that women were viewed as unable to make their own choices without the blessings of their male counterparts. Lisabetta was also punished by her brothers for engaging in sexual behavior and suffered the consequences of the death of her lover as a result. Another important thing to mention is how Lisabetta's brothers always felt the need to intervene into their sister's life. They had to get involved in her love life and even hid the head of Lorenzo when they suspected something was going on with the plant. They believed that they were completely just in making all of their sister's choices. They thought that they were doing what was best of her when in reality they were making her miserable and eventually led to their sister's death. The way that women were depicted in this novella perpetuated the idea that girls were naive and unable to think rationally without their emotions getting involved. This is still seen today, especially in politics. Some people think that women cannot be as successful in politics because they are too emotional to make difficult decisions. Although we have come a long way since the Decameron was written, there is still a lot to be done to ensure that men and women are considered equal. The societal roles that Boccaccio placed on women back in the 1300s does not represent the role that women now play in society.